see Coventry and Warwickshire Thursday afternoon. Time to go to the movies. We have been bigging this up now for a couple of days. James Luxford is here. Hi, James.
Hello.
Movie reviewer for the Radio Times and the Metro newspaper, but on a Thursday afternoon, he's all ours. And we've been saying for a couple of days, can't wait to see what James thinks of Rocketman, the biopic of the career of Elton John. You went to this big star-studded Showbiz IMAX screening on Monday night. What was it like?
Well, the screening itself was absolutely packed. I mean, normally with these press screenings, you're expecting maybe a quarter of people maybe not to turn up. They give out a lot of tickets to kind of counteract that. Everybody turned up for that. So it's a really highly anticipated film. Taron Egerton, of course, plays Elton John in the story of the singer's life, from childhood to stardom, and the demons that nearly ended his life.
Feeling empty.
I could hear the whole tune in my head. It was all there, I could see all the notes, and I just had to get it out.
It's a little bit funny, this feeling inside.
What did you say your name was again?
My name is...
Reggie!
Reginald Dwight.
Reginald? That's my granddad's name.
So how does a fat boy from nowhere get to be a soul man?
You gotta kill the person you were born to be in order to become the person you wanna be.
I'm thinking of changing my name to Elton.
But that's my name.
Yeah, I know.
I love it. Already the music in there, a bit of Benny and the Jets.
Yeah, wonderful. And I think there's been really... the hype for this has been heightened because of the success of Bohemian Rhapsody. Now, Dexter Fletcher directed this. Unofficially, he directed a lot of Bohemian Rhapsody, depending on what reports you believed. After Bryan Singer left, he kind of tied the whole thing together. This is his chance to put it all together, and I thought it was spectacular. Call it a musical fantasy, and that really is what it is. It's not a straight biopic. There'll be a moment from his life, and then it'll break into a big musical number, high-kicking dancers, a little bit of surrealism. You know, his first... gig at the Troubadour in 1970, he starts to play and everyone starts to elevate, and it all becomes symbolic of him literally taking off, and it just illustrating the standard biopic in a really clever way.
So it's Taron Egerton as Elton John. Of course, his long-time songwriting partner, Bernie Taupin, played by Jamie Bell.
Yes, he's fantastic. He's got that transatlantic accent, which it always hits the ear a bit strangely, but I don't know how Bernie Taupin sounds like, so maybe that's a perfect impression. I don't know.
He sounds like that.
But,
I haven't heard him interviewed. But
really? Well, maybe it's a spot-on, so maybe I'm doing him an injustice, but a really good cast. Richard Madden playing the
bodyguard,
the bad guy in this movie, if you like. It's Elton John's manager who becomes his lover, and also, but it maybe doesn't have his best interests at heart. Just very well acted. I think it maybe gets a little bit melodramatic towards the end, but I think just
wouldn't be Elton John without a bit of melodrama.
Absolutely,
really?
Yes. It's got a real sense of humour about it. And I think compared to Bohemian Rhapsody, where as good as it was, as good as some moments were, I always felt like I was being sold an official history. This doesn't hold back. It weighs up his problems. It weighs up his problems with drugs, his problems with his relationships, his problems with shopping, for example, which apparently he still has. But it just doesn't hold back, and is very honest, but also very honest about just how good he is and was.
Rocketman, it's on at Coventry and Warwickshire cinemas from now, and I'm sure will be a massive success over the weekend. Moving on from that, mentioned Will Smith is back in this Aladdin remake. Tell us a bit about this.
Yeah, it's the live-action remake of the Disney film, directed by Guy Ritchie, funnily enough, starring Will Smith as the genie who grants Aladdin 3 wishes.
You stumbled upon an opportunity. I can make you rich. Rich enough to impress a princess.
What would I have to do?
There's a cave of wonders. Bring me the lamp.
one who summons me. I stand by my oath, loyalty to wishes 3. I'm kidding. Watch this. Watch out!
Just sounds like Will Smith, doesn't it?
It really does.
Yeah, okay.
Now, I've got to be very honest. I hated the trailers.
Okay.
I hated the initial images of, as a lot of people did, of Will Smith as the genie. I don't really think it was necessary to follow up such a great film, and particularly the great performance by Robin Williams. However, wonderful thing about this job, you can always have your expectations flipped. I didn't love it, but I really enjoyed it. I wrote a review about it yesterday, which I said it's kind of like a theme park ride of Aladdin. So this very fun experience based on a great movie, but I don't know if it's a great movie itself. But there is a lot of action, a lot of comedy, very faithful to the cartoon, and Will Smith it's just Will Smith. It's really it's unfair in a sense. It's inevitable that he's going to be compared with Robin Williams because it's the same character, and Robin Williams made it his own. Is he as good? I don't think so, but he is very Will Smith in this, and that's a lot of fun, and I really enjoyed it.
Okay, that's Aladdin. We get you to do us a little pick as well, don't we? For the half-term holidays this week, you might well have seen some of the bus sides for this next one. I've seen these all over town. I thought, oh, half-term must be coming because Life of Pets is back.
Yeah, Secret Life of Pets 2. It's an animated comedy following a group of animals who get up to all sorts of misadventures when their owners are out. If you've seen the first film, you'll know what to expect. That's a lot, and that's not to say it's bad. It's more of the same, but in a very good way. Kind of episodic. All the characters go off on their different adventures, and if you're a pet owner, there'll be certain gags in there that's going to be very going to get a knowing grin when you see them. As I said, I think it's probably going to appeal to kids more than adults, but it's a really good half-term film, light, funny, and enjoyable. And Harrison Ford in his first animated role as a very gruff dog, and it's
not at all typecast. Then.
Absolutely,
good stuff. P.S. Then, before you go, Taron Egerton as Elton John or Rami Malek as Freddie Mercury. Which one's better?
I think Taron Egerton just embodied Freddie Mercury. Rami Malek, embodied Freddie Mercury. Taron Egerton is very good, but it is kind of the spirit of Elton John rather than Elton John himself. I got to say, I preferred Rocketman though.
Really?
As a film.
James, appreciate it as ever. Thanks so much, James Luxford, our movie reviewer, with us on BBC Coventry and Warwickshire.
BBC Coventry and Warwickshire Travel.
1:55 is Erica.